Hello, welcome back to my channel, Conscious Evolution. My name is Alan. Thank you for joining me here today. Today's video is going to be about the winter solstice of 2020. 4 things that we need to know moving forward into this new energy. Because this winter solstice is so powerful. It's the longest night of the year. The energy is shifting so much on this planet today. I mean, nothing, like if you watch the news, nothing good has happened, right? It's all bad. But really, it's the most beautiful thing that could have ever happened to us, ever. Because that's created an opportunity for us to integrate all the things that we've learned, for people to wake up in masses across the planet. Everybody's waking up because of all these things, and because we're forced to just sit still and be with ourselves, and forced out of work and whatever else has happened. You know what's going on. I don't want to really get into it or say those words, but you know what's been going on, right? So the 4 things I think are so important right now is, number 1, to be grounded in your truth. To really, it's time to walk the talk. If it's really important that your thoughts and your words match. I know when I was first going through my awakening experience, and I was first starting to learn about all these truths and all of what the world is really about, right? And in my opinion, we create our own realities, right? This is so true, and I've tested it time and time again, and I find that to be extremely accurate. And our thoughts, feelings, and emotions are what create our external reality. You know, it's as above, so below, as within, so without. So the things that you're thinking inside should be matching the words that you're speaking out loud, because that's what's going to create your reality. So, for example, if you feel like you are not enough, then that's going to be manifested in the people around you in your reality. They're going to mirror back to you and solidify that feeling to you that you're not enough, because the universe is always listening. The universe is like, it's always listening, so it's always taking your order. So your thoughts and the words that you speak are your purchase order for what you want to experience in this reality, right? That's why affirmations can be so powerful, because I'm getting way ahead of myself, sorry. So the words that you think and the words that you speak are telling the universe what you want to experience in this world, in this life experience that you're having. So if you if your thoughts and your words aren't matching, the universe doesn't know what to bring you. You know, it's just going to keep bringing you that same stuff that's going over and over again on autopilot. And it doesn't really, like, we're so powerful as human beings. We can create this reality, so we can create momentum and steer our lives in a direction that is most beneficial for us, just by aligning with our thoughts and our words. And it's that's the most important thing. That's why it's number 1 on my list today. So it's very important that your thoughts and your words match, because I'm sorry, I got sidetracked. When I started through my awakening, I learned all these things, and then I was surrounded by all the people that I have known for years, that knew me as a person I was back then. I'm not the person I used to be. And it starts with that belief. It starts with that seed that's planted in your mind that grows into this beautiful wild flower. And it starts with aligning your thoughts and emotions. Don't be afraid to speak your truth. If you speak your truth, that takes me to number 2. It is time to speak your truth. It is time. The energy on the planet supports it more than ever. And so many people have already paved the way to make it okay for you to speak your truth. You have the freedom to speak and say whatever you like. With integrity, of course. I mean, come on. Let's keep it real. But to speak your truth. So when you start speaking your truth, you're reaffirming it to the universe. So and then that brings more of your truth to you. So start speaking your truth and see where it takes you. Now, something that happened with me, and it depends on who you're surrounded with now, what stage of this awakening that you're experiencing right now. If you are still around people of lower energies, meaning people that aren't in alignment with your current beliefs and the thoughts that you have of what's going on in your reality in this world or whatever, then when you start speaking your truth, that truth is different from the truth you had before, there that could create some resistance with the people around you, which is okay. Because if those people are not supporting you, they are not in your life for your highest good. Now, everyone is in your life serving a purpose, whether that purpose is to push you forward, to propel you on your path faster, or to help support you and help you grow and flourish into the person that you have been destined to be since birth. That was good. That was really powerful. So the energy on the planet supports this. So start speaking your truth. Put it in a blog. Start a YouTube video or a channel. Whatever whatever you work. Challenge yourself. I would say get outside of your comfort zone, because that's a very getting outside of your comfort zone is where you experience the most and fastest growth as a human being. So when you challenge yourself to do that, you might be really surprised what you're capable of and how fast you can learn and grow. And it's really, that should have been another number one here, the quickening. So if you're learning, you start speaking your truth, how fast your life is going to change. So when you start speaking your truth, and if those people in your life start kind of, backing away from you, like you're crazy, you're not crazy, okay? It's okay. Let them go. If they're meant to be in your life, they will be in your life. If not, it's not. I had to let a lot of people go when I went through my awakening experience. When I shifted my belief system and when I started standing up for myself, I had to distance myself from a lot of toxic people because they didn't support me, and they thought I was crazy. They literally thought I lost my mind. And so it slowly, I had a lot of resistance to distancing myself from them, but over time the universe has a funny way of just creating those opportunities and either pushing you out on the direction that you're meant to go on, or you just stay and suffer until you can't do it anymore. So it's either way, you're going to go in the direction you're meant to go on, the direction that you want to go on. But it's ultimately, the lesson for me was to give me the courage to stand up for myself, to stand up for my beliefs, to take control of my life. And I did. And so many people have already done it. The road has already been paved. It's already okay. Like, the energy on the planet supports it. Like when I start, I work in retail car sales, and I talk to a lot of people, and I tell most people about what I do, that I'm a distance energy healer. I'm not just a distance, but I am an energy healer. I work with energy to do healing work with other people. And that's something at first that I was really afraid to tell people about, but I tell almost everybody if they are open and, are willing to listen. I'll plant that seed, and then if that seed grows, if they ask a question or say something about it, then I'll engage and move on. That's how you don't just go out and start speaking your truth to people and slamming it down their throat, because that doesn't work either, because they're not going to be receptive to it if they're not on that same wavelength as you are, right? So speak your truth. Speak it on a video, speak it on Facebook, speak it on whatever, but don't force people to believe the way you believe, because it's not going to happen. Now, there's going to be people that you will find, I like to call your soul family, that will resonate with your message, and then you'll see. Just start speaking your truth and put it out there and see where it takes you in life. All right, number 3, love and compassion. Time to step it up. Love and compassion, mostly of self. Love yourself. Be compassionate about you, about your life, about your goals, about everything you, and then with everyone else too, because ultimately we are all one. We are all connected. We are all sparks of divinity. We are we're all one. So I like to say the golden rule, treat others the way you want to be treated. And generally things work out well because people will treat you the way that they want to be treated. Now, don't take it the wrong way. It's okay to feel pain. It's okay to feel anger. It's okay to feel that suffering. And that's a major part of this, too. This maybe should have been a two-part, number 3 and 3.5, 3.5. Is love and compassion and anger, fear, suffering, anxiety. All those things are okay to feel because you're going to feel them, because we've been living this human experience all our lives in an old energy up until recently. And everything we've experienced, all the traumas, all the negative things that we've experienced in our lives, no one's really ever taught us how to deal with that, how to transmute that. And essentially, our bodies are like energy processing units, right? So when you have a trauma, that trauma gets stored somewhere in your body. And if you don't process that emotion, if you don't process that pain, if you don't process that fear, if you don't process that emotion, it's going to build up. And that's actually what creates the most pain in dis-ease. So dis-ease, not in easement. It's a funny way to say it. But if you are not in alignment, if your energies aren't balanced, it's going to create pain or dis-ease somewhere in your system, in your body. And that is just not the optimal way to live life. So if you are experiencing those things, like I said, I am a distance energy healer, and that really helps to help release a lot of those stored emotions. But really feeling it. When you start feeling those emotions, don't beat yourself up on it. It's okay to not always be in love and compassion, but that's the goal that we want to go towards, right? When I first started awakening, I firstly said, I will only make decisions based in love, not fear. I will only make decisions based in love, not fear. And that is something I said to myself over and over again, every day, every day, every day, until it just started being that way in my life, where I was speaking about love and not fear. So really feeling those emotions of anger, of suffering, of fear will help you purge them out of your body. So if you feel that anger, just let it, feel it. Let the anger go. Ideally, don't direct it towards anyone in particular, but sometimes it happens. But when you release that anger, you just feel drained afterwards. You feel better. You're not angry anymore. You have processed that emotion, hopefully in a healthy way. Now, when I get angry, I just know what it is now. I know that I'm processing that emotion, and I look deeper. Go to the root cause of that anger, and it always stems to a fear that you have in your life. So when you get angry, look at that. All right, but it's keep going. Keep letting it go. Let it go. Purge, feel it. Purge. Feel those emotions and let them purge out of your body, and it'll create a more aligned way of being for you. All right, and that makes room. So when we purge those emotions, it makes room for the love and happiness and joy and compassion for yourself and for others. But first, you have to take care of yourself, because if you aren't balanced, if you aren't healthy, you aren't any good to anybody else. Okay, so take care of yourself first and foremost. That is probably my biggest message now. If you have known me or followed this channel for any length of time, you know the transformation that I've gone through over the last 2 years since I started this channel, and it is incredible what has happened in my life in that short in 1 year's time. What I've experienced a decade of awakening. I feel like it's happened so fast. And then in the last year, I've spent integrating those lessons that I've learned and implementing them in my life. that's what I do. Like I am creating a life to where I am implementing all of the lessons of esoterics and whatever I've learned about healing, about spirit, about everything into a practice that is practical and that you can use in everyday life. It's really amazing. So that was number 3. Number 4, don't judge. Do not judge. Don't judge yourself. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't judge other people. Love and compassion. Back to 3. Love and compassion. Don't judge. When you judge, it's really funny actually. When you judge somebody, you are just projecting your own insecurities out onto them in a judgment. It's really interesting. The next time you judge somebody, think about that. Think about why you're judging them or why you feel that way about them. And if you trace it back deep enough within, you'll see it's because of your own insecurity, of your own whatever it is, whatever the case may be. But essentially, we are all humans living a human experience. We are all sparks of divinity. We are all connected to source energy. So we can find a common ground with everybody. There's no need to judge them. We can be complete polar opposites, but there's still something we can find that has a common ground to it, to where we don't need to judge them, where we don't need to cast them out of our little circle or whatever, just because they don't have the same beliefs that you do. But you just don't have to do that. You don't need to. And don't judge yourself. I know we have a tendency to be our own worst critics. And I know that is for me anyway. I am my own worst critic. And I tend to be harsh on myself because I am always seeking to better myself. I'm always seeking perfection, which we're human. Nobody's perfect. We're not going to be perfect. But I seek perfection. I seek to better myself every day. Today, I want to be a better version of me than yesterday. And I try to do that every day. And that compounds over time, and you can really make some great changes in your life. That's what my next video is going to be about. I think it's going to be about the transformation that I've gone through in the last 2 years of mind, body, and soul, and how I did it. Thank you for joining me today. I love you guys so much. I mean, this solstice is going to be wild. Everything moving forward into 2021, I think things are going to stay rocky for a couple more months. I think through the winter is going to be interesting. I think come spring, summertime, things will start really changing, because the wind of change, the winds of change are here. The seeds have been planted through 2020 that are now going to start to grow and flourish through 2021, and that's going to be a powerful time. And we're and the more people that wake up, the more momentum this whole movement is gathering. The more anyway, I'll save that for another video. I love each and every one of you. Thank you for joining me here today. Just stay grounded in your truth. It's time to speak your truth. Love and compassion for yourself. Love others, no matter what. Love them. Find a way to love them. You can always find the common ground with somebody else. And that brings me to the last one. Do not judge other people. Do not judge yourself. Love yourself. And I love you if you don't love yourself. Thank you for watching me here. Please hit the like if you like this video. Subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so you can get alerts for all my videos. And share this video with any like-minded people. All right? I love you. 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 Thank you for joining me. Be the change that you want to see in this world, and I'll see you next time. All right, bye-bye.